Hello friends, my name's Koolio. Welcome back to the channel. Today guys, we're checking out Brown Dust, which is actually now known as Brave 9. The developers behind the game announced a couple of days ago, or maybe it was a couple of weeks ago, that they were planning on rebranding the game rather than going with Brown Dust, which honestly, like the first time I played this game, I was like, Brown Dust is a terrible name. And I didn't know if it had some kind of like hidden or secret meaning behind it, but I ended up like really loving the game. So I'm actually really glad they decided to rebrand the game as Brave 9, even though I do think Brave 9 is still a pretty generic title for the game, but they did come out and kind of explain like the reason why we decided to go with the name Brave 9 is because you have 9 heroes, 9 mercenaries in your team. They're sort of like your Brave 9. So, okay, it makes sense. Now, on top of the fact that the game just went through a rebranding, they're also celebrating their 2nd year anniversary, and there are a ton of things going on in the game, like a crazy amount of stuff. You've got the new world bosses going on, they have the new world arena for PvP, and the underground evil castle. Now, if you guys don't know, the evil castle itself is sort of a tower-based, like you go from one level to the next, to the next, to the next, and you kind of go all the way up here in the challenges. But now we have unlocked the underground version of it, which I actually haven't been able to unlock just yet in the game itself. Opens once I get to floor 30 of the regular evil castle, but you can get a ton of rewards going through this. And now they've added an additional version of that, even more difficult than the original one that you can play through as you kind of head downward. Now, you guys have probably seen a couple of my previous videos on Brown Dust, and the thing is, this is one of those games that I constantly come back to year after year. This is one of my favorite gacha games ever. I really like the I really like the gameplay of this game and the strategy behind it. Now, if you guys have never played Brown Dust or Brave 9 before, I'm gonna quickly kind of go through and explain how the gameplay system works and everything like that, and then we'll go and we'll do a couple of summons because apparently I have like an insane amount of tickets left over from the last time that I played. So this is a hero-based strategy game where your characters will actually automatically attack the enemies, but where the strategy comes into play is the position of your heroes, their overall abilities, and their attack order. So let's go ahead. We're gonna load up a formation that I've already got saved right here. This is sort of my main formation that I've been going with, but we're gonna deploy an extra unit onto the battlefield. I think the one that I was using was her. We're gonna place her right here. Now, let's go ahead. We're gonna kind of explain a little bit about how my strategy is currently set up. Now, the easiest way you can kind of explain most of the units and stuff on your side of the field and enemy side of the field is if they have a blue square below them, it means they're a defensive unit, like a tank unit. If they have a red square, they're like an offensive DPS type unit. If they have a purple square, they're a mage, usually AoE damage. And if they have a green square, it means they're a support unit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through and we're gonna reselect the order of my units. Now, the way that I have them set up is to kind of mitigate most of the damage of the enemies, but also to affect the most amount of damage that my team can kind of do to the enemy team as well. So my whole kind of setup is to prepare my DPS units to take out as many of the foes as possible, as quickly as possible, along with a couple of small debuff units that can kind of mess with the enemy themselves. So what I basically want to do first is I want to have my support unit go first. The reason why I want her to be the first one in the attack order is because she has an ability that buffs all of my units, well, not all of my units, my next unit in line with an attack buff, and then all the units around them will also get the attack buff. So with her being the first one, the next one that I want to do after her is going to be this unit. The reason why I want her to go next is because her buff is going to affect the second person or the next one after her. And once she gets the buff, it will affect everyone within a 3x3 square around her. Next, after that, I'm going to go ahead and use this DPS unit at the very back. The reason why is she's going to jump forward, explode, kill herself, but it's going to debuff these units and also force them to attack themselves or enemy units on their side of the field. Once I've got that kind of basic setup, that kind of basic order, what I'm going to do next is have my mages go next, because the way that mages work in this game is it actually takes them an extra turn to attack. They kind of charge up their first turn, and then they will attack their second turn. Next, I'm going to have my next DPS unit go. This DPS unit is really good at taking out defensive units. So I specifically have her in the center to take out most of the tanks here up in the front. And then I'll just go ahead and have my defensive units go last. And the reason why is because most of the time they don't do a whole lot of damage. So this is the order of my combat. Once I've got it all set up, we're going to go ahead and hit start battle. And then, like I said, it's just an automatic battle. my characters will automatically start attacking the enemies, but you can kind of see how my basic setup's gonna go first. So my support unit will go ahead and buff her, which will buff the 3x3, increasing all their attacks. She's going to attack, deal a significant amount of damage, took out 3 of the enemies. Then next, she's gonna go explode. Sometimes she can take out the enemies, other times she can't, but now these guys are cursed to attack themselves. My next DPS goes, takes out the defensive units, clearing the backfield for my defensive unit, or the offensive unit behind her. And now here goes my tanks next. So now we're in round 2. Now here goes the enemy. And then my team will go, attack up again. Takes out everyone in the back. And then usually by this point, my mages will be able to clear out whoever ends up surviving after that. It's kind of a complicated combat system, and at first it was really confusing for me to kind of get into. But once you kind of get like your team set up, your cool kind of combinations and abilities and stuff, it is a really fun, combat system. At first, I really wasn't going to be super hyped about this game when I first played it, because I wasn't sure if I was going to enjoy the fact that this was like an auto combat system, but I absolutely love it. I love to see the combos and the abilities. Now, one of the other things you want to kind of pay attention to is the range of your character's abilities and their overall attack. So like I said, my support unit, I have her going first. Whoever is second after her will buff this character. Now, if I go ahead and I click on this character, you can see where they're going to attack. This may not be the best place for this character. So if I move her there, she'll end up attacking 2. But I might be able to take out multiple foes first before she attacks. Possibly not. And then we have this one going up next, so that'll take care of the 3 front units. So you kind of have to figure out where you want most of these attacks to go. So I think this one should be okay. Maybe if I go ahead and move her here and then move this one down here in the center, what I can do is maybe swap it around and try to take out the enemies a little bit easier. And we'll see if maybe kind of moving around my formation a bit will give me a better advantage towards this person's formation. So when it comes to like PvP and high end game content and stuff, it's all about trying to figure out your characters, like their positions, their attack orders, what buffs will affect which enemies, or what debuffs will affect which enemies, what buffs will affect your teammates. I love the strategy of this game. I think it's so unique out there. Now, I know there have been other games kind of similar to this, but this one is definitely like the best of the best when it comes to this style of gameplay. I absolutely love it. I love the character designs, everything. Like I'm being a little bit biased because again, I love this game. It obviously has its problems though. I think like the biggest problem for me with this game has to be its PvP. Whenever I jump into PvP and try to play against enemies and stuff, I always lose. I don't know what's going on, but I either really suck at setting up my team, or just everyone else is so much higher level than I am. That's like my biggest struggle with this game. Has to be the fact that the PvP just feels really unbalanced when you first kind of get into it. But that's just me. So that's kind of like my biggest thing about this game that I don't really particularly enjoy. I do like the character designs in this game. It has some of my favorite character designs. Like Gloria here looks amazing. And they even have another character that I absolutely love, and I think they actually have her. There's like a special, I'm trying to remember if they have her over here or if there's like a special thing going on for gift packs or time limited events. I can't remember exactly where it was at. No, it's not there. Maybe it's the gifts and the packs, but they have like a bunch of gift packs. There's like a bunch of stuff going on in this game right now. Kind of a little bit overwhelming. There it is. Savior Veronia. Now she's a character that I think I have her. I can't remember. On my first account, she was one of my very first heroes, and I think she's awesome. And you guys could probably tell why I think she's awesome. Okay, so when it comes to the progression of this game, it's pretty straightforward. You kind of go through, you level up your characters, hitting them up to max level. Once they get to max level, you can go ahead, head over to their rank, you can rank them up. It does require you to use characters of the same star rating in order to rank them up. So if I wanted to get her to 6 stars, I'm gonna have to use a couple of 5 stars. They do give you like these star items, or these like star creatures or whatever that you can use as materials to level these up. So I wouldn't particularly use your units for that, because you want to have like a good variety of different units. Once you kind of rank them up, you can go through, level them up again, and then you'll eventually end up getting to the point where you can awaken them. Now, you guys know that I love it when there is any kind of type of visual progression for my characters. And so I saved over Octavia here. This is the one that will like jump forward and attack the enemy, kill herself, and then like debuff them and stuff. At first, I thought she was a terrible character. Then once I realized what her abilities do, I love her. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna awaken her because I have the materials in order to do that. And you're gonna see there is a visual difference now. We're gonna go ahead, yes, we're gonna awaken her. So that's what she normally looks like in her combat. And then that's what she, what the heck? I That's great. Okay. And we unlocked her awakening skill. So let's go ahead and take a look at what the awakening skill does. It targets the enemy, makes it unable to receive buff skill types. So kind of cancels out any kind of buffs that will come to the enemy hero. So you can level them up by using, you get these like little slimes that you can use to push them even higher. Oh, I don't want to end up using. So level 52, let's just go ahead and do it. There is a chance where you may get lucky and get like a great success or an extreme success that will give you extra stats on top of that. There's a couple of costumes that some of the characters have. I think she might have one or two. You can see what kind of costumes. These are ones I already have, and then this is the one that you can buy for some gems if you want to get that. So that's what she looks like, 2D animated, and then her combat. Honestly, I like this one better. I think it looks really funny. So I have a whole bunch of characters in this game, and I really, really like the character designs. This is like the strongest character that I currently have in the game. Once you kind of go through and you've awakened them, you've put the runes and stuff that you want, there is this whole kind of random stat generation when it comes to the runes, which can add a little bit of an RNG factor to the progression of the game. It's not super, super difficult or like really, really bad RNG. It might take a little bit of time and some resources in order to do it. Soul gear is very specialized gears for very specific characters. I don't really have a whole lot of them because they're really, really special types of gear. They're kind of rare. And then set effects, if you have certain characters of the same kind of faction, you'll get extra specialized bonuses. And the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is the skill progression in this game as you kind of go through and you upgrade them. Now, as you go through and you upgrade the characters, you'll get, +1, +2, +3 as you go and you upgrade their skills. That will upgrade specific skills as you hit certain segments of them. So +10 is the highest version that you can get for any kind of character. So she's at a +9 right now. Now they've added in a bunch of other stuff since the last time I played. Like they've added in the companion system where you can use certain companions, equip them to certain heroes, and they will give them buffs and stuff to their overall skills and abilities. This is something that I don't remember playing the first time that I jumped into the game, which I do think is cool. Adds a lot of extra kind of element to the strategy. But let's head on over to the shop, and we're gonna go ahead and recruit a bunch of stuff because, to be honest with you guys, I have a crazy amount of stuff. I have 184 regular tickets, 5 and 5 magician and defender tickets, some friendship ones. I don't think I have enough to do any kind of mileage, maybe a few. I might not actually do that. We're not gonna do the legendaries here because there's actually a specific place that I wanna go to, and then we have some for the regular ones. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go ahead and I'm gonna save these up for a little bit later because we have a lot of stuff. We're gonna do a basic 10 times summon at least on this one first. We're not gonna get anything like super special with this one. Most likely 1, 2. If we're really lucky, we may get a 3-star. We're just gonna kind of use a couple. We're gonna use 10 here, and then we're gonna go do the normal summon, the one that could give us a chance for a rare character. And then we're gonna go and buy ourselves a couple of legendary scrolls because there is like a special weekly buy that you can get. You can get like 3 of them per week. We'll just go ahead and skip this. But yeah, nothing special. Most of this is just gonna be fodder for our characters. So let's go ahead and hit OK. Let's do our chance up now. Now we have 11 scrolls. We're just gonna do 10 for now and see if we can't get lucky. Jaden. Oh my gosh. Julie. 4-star. Are we gonna get a 5-star? No, just a 4-star. John, just such a regular name. John, my name is John. Ernest. 4-star, 5-star. Nope, just a 4-star. Samay. Whoa, she's cool looking. What the heck is going on with her? Why is she like bound magically? Like her arms are like bound. That's like by like a seal of magic or something. Eon Wool. Sizka. Jaden, I love how this is like the epitome of like like waifu lovers or whatever, like people that you'd see like at Comic-Con, like people that are like way too obsessed with some animes and stuff. Okay, so we've gone ahead, we've summoned those. Now, before we actually go do the legendary ones, there is a place that we can actually head on over. I think it's in the gift pack area. If we scroll on down, you can actually go, no, it's called like the legendary gift pack. I want to see where at. Legendary scroll package. So it's only for 600 rather than the 900. You can buy a total of 3 of these a week. So we're gonna go ahead and do it on this one rather than doing it on the other one. So we'll buy 2 of those, and then let's head on back to the shop and let's recruit a couple of legendaries. So Oh, it's in our mailbox. Let's go grab that real quick in our mailbox. 10 scrolls. Whoa. Oh, I was like, whoa, we have 4 of them? We only have 20 of them. Okay, here we go. Back to the shop, back to the recruit, back to the legendary, and here we go for the legendary summon. We got 20 of them. Cross your fingers, you guys, that we get something like absolutely crazy. We got Daniel, Lawrence, Carlson's companion, Emma. This is Jaden's companion. Looks like Hermione from Harry Potter. That was totally Hermione from Harry Potter. 4-star, 5-star, 5-star. Yes. I don't know like who to summon for right now or who's like crazy rare. We got Andrew. This is Elisa's companion. But I'm glad we got at least a 5-star. I'm sure people that play this a lot more than me will probably comment down below. Let me know if like, was that character like super rare? Is he a good one? I would really appreciate it. Natalie. We got Casey. Eden. I think we already got them. There we go. So we got at least one 5-star, a companion character, I believe. And let's go ahead and do it one more time. Maria. 4-star, 5-star. Nope, just a 4-star. We got Nias. Is that how you say that? Nias? There's always got to be like the one character in the game that looks like she's absolutely crazy and will like murder you on the spot. Lydia. Eunice. Blaze. Hey, come on. Give us something good. Don't be all 3 stars. I don't want this to be a waste of my legendary scrolls. Okay. So another 4-star, not a 5-star. Darka. Dude, he's crazy looking. We got 2 4-stars. Nothing super special in today's summon. That's okay. We can honestly just go through, play a couple of more rounds, get enough gems to do another legendary summon for the week. So there you guys go. This has actually been a little bit of a longer video than I realized, but Brave 9, the new updated version of Brown Dust. Not like a super huge remake of it, just a rebranding and then a bunch of events going on for the 2nd year anniversary. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, if you did, a like would be super appreciated on this video, and also subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on the latest in mobile gaming. Okay, friends, my name's Koolio, and I'll see you next time.